And we're back. Oh, shit. Yeah, new episode.
And we're back. It's crazy.
And we're back. Guys, we don't film these back to back. Like, we are new people.
So special. We don't do things like that.
Exactly what she said. So, how's it going? What's the haps?
No, wait. What's the thing? No. So what's the sitch? I was trying to figure
What's
it
the
out.
Okay, Kim Possible.
So welcome back, DB Juice. We have a mic that's down, and I don't know why it shut down, but it did. We've been using one of the headphones, which are like the wireless ones, and I think I know why, but I'm not 100% sure. So it is what it is.
Might be a
So we're gonna have to be
ghost.
sharing mics tonight, but that's okay because we love each other, and there's nothing wrong with that. But
Do we?
tonight's theme is what? What's tonight's theme?
Delulu. Yeah. Delulu.
For the Salulu.
No, not Delulu for the Salulu. Just the Delulu.
But sometimes it is the Salulu.
I mean, if we need to get away from reality, I guess, yeah. It is a Salulu.
Well, I know a couple of people who do that.
I do that on a daily with AO3. That's Archive of Our Own, for those of you that don't know. It's a fan fiction website. But
Well, for us normal people.
whatever, you know you did too.
I don't deny or confirm.
So
The
should I
rumors.
use the picture that we're thinking of?
Go ahead. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
You know what?
Just
Fuck
do it.
Haterade.
No, just
I
do
know,
it.
but
Just do it.
attention.
Do it.
You don't think he thinks it's bullying?
Well, who else do we know that can craft their own reality?
Well, no,
Craft their own
and to be
future.
and to be fair, he is the Delulu Labulu. I mean, the
Delulu,
yeah, Labubu
La
master.
Boo Boo for the Salulu. You are a inspiration to us all.
This is an AI generated photo.
No, hold on here.
Yes, you need to put
So-
the disclosure in the bottom.
So we're back real quick.
And we're back.
This is a good example of what we're talking about. Delulu.
Oh my
We
God.
love you. He was also on
He's
our
gonna
on our
create a
episode
reality
about
where
2
you're a fucking
He was on our episode like
slut.
maybe 4 episodes ago. He was on our episode. Yeah, he's a beautiful man, right? But if we know who this is,
One ho from Monster X.
now this picture is an AI generated picture,
Yes.
and
we
it looks
support
great.
AI.
This is definitely
do
what it
we?
looks like,
I
though.
don't
Hey,
know.
like at least it's AI, but at least he does look like this in person. So, like-
because Big Bang had did a release of their own thing when they did the Samsung, remember? And I took a picture. I took a picture with TOP, so I can't really say anything.
Yeah.
But I was just more happy that I had a photo with Tom, even though it was not real. But this is a whole nother level. At least I didn't create a whole AI photo. Like, I can't take
Well,
that
who
seriously.
doesn't want a good photo op with a top? Am I right, lady?
Hey, it doesn't necessarily need to be a top versus a thing.
A thing?
Versus a thing, though.
What thing?
It's a thing. Versus a thing.
What's the thing?
Versus a thing. You can be top or bottom.
Oh, okay, that's the thing.
Yeah, I was like, versus a thing. You know, sidetrack. So I did not believe verse was a thing until I actually read this one manga. It's Hana something, and it's about 2 porn actors who move on to become movie actors. And one of them, he wants to take his movie career seriously, while the other one is just like falling in love with him. But he's just like, whatever, it's just kind of, you know, what we did in porn is just like the way life was. But it was like their relationships that they build up together while they're also trying to, you know, be in a same-sex relationship with also working in the entertainment industry, because they are versed, like they do like switch off a lot. But it was just like when I read that one, that's when I was like, oh, verse is a thing. Like I always like I didn't know, you know, like I was, again, Junja Romantica was the one thing that I stayed like, okay, that's just one's the top, one's the bottom. That was always the thing. But when I had read that one, that's when I was like, oh, okay, that is an option. So now it's just more like, okay, I didn't know. I was like, I didn't know. So that's why when you were like, hey, I'm like, okay, cool. You know, whatever you do, you babe. I was like, okay, you do. Like I know what it is.
It's because it came to the concept of like seme and uke, and she was like so invested in the seme uke trope that was yeah. Because in Japanese culture, seme uke was definitely one of those things that was very much normal, right? But she was like, I'm not a semi or
Like
uke.
people
I think
can
I'm
be
just like
three-dimensional.
I like getting fucked and fucking. Like what?
Yeah.
It's like, God forbid someone wants to be Hannah Montana and want the best of both worlds.
Exactly, and because no, don't get it twisted, because seme uke is more so on dominance versus like top and bottom. But but because in Japanese culture, like you are not typically dominant and a bottom, you're either just one or the other. But in other cultures, some of them do exist, like the one that we have now, where you can still be a dom bottom and still be a fem top, like, you know,
Slay.
or like etc. Where you can be, you know, a dom top or a fucking submissive top. Like it just exists, or even a mask or femme. You know, it doesn't matter. Like it all exists in some way and format, and it's important. Now, does this have anything to do with our topic today? No, we just got into it. But
Well, it's because we were talking about he's like a top, and I'm just like, or verse, you know.
Which one's the top?
That's where we are
Let's be
top.
honest.
Alex is definitely a bottom. I'm just saying, just by that photo.
Well,
I mean, I'm pretty sure
Wonho is very. Wonho very much gives.
in
you don't
this.
have a right to talk about them.
Yeah. But in
I
this
know, but I'm
photo
just talking about
particular,
Wonho in
in this
general.
photo particular,
Wonho, if you ever see this, I love myself a fucking stupid himbo bottom. Like, come home.
oh, I remember the English translation of the manga. It's called Embracing Love. But
It's anything but.
no,
though.
that's literally what the manga is called. But I forgot what it is in Japanese. It's Hana something. But it's really good if you like are
Yes,
interested
because
in
our
reading BL
viewers
like
are
that.
Japanese.
It is Japanese. Yes, it's really good. Hana something. I don't remember the Japanese word, but I know the English because they're rebranding it again.
Slay.
Releasing it again. I don't know why they keep doing that. But it's Embracing Love is the English title for it. It's really good though. I really liked it.
But what's our topic for the
Oh,
day?
today is Delulu. Sorry, we're back to being Delulu.
Keep going.
So the topic for today is Delulu and how we all relate to it. So we're gonna start off with you because you've been dying to tell us the story of
Well,
how.
not dying.
Yeah,
but
well,
yes.
basically dying.
No, yes. Yes.
So we're dressed up to look kind of serious. She's wearing a Buc-ee's shirt. I don't know what that means.
Buc-ee's.
But hey, to be honest,
Wait, is it a Buc-ee's shirt?
Yeah, it's a Buc-ee's.
Oh, I didn't even see. I was like, what is she wearing?
No, because we heard the recent news about Buc-ee's
Bussies?
about bussies, and it broke our hearts. But we're still from Texas, so we still love the origination before we found that out.
Yeah.
But you know, it just sucks. But I'm wearing also a dumb piece of shirt. Mine says "bad boy." I think,
Bad boy,
and I'm wearing shorts
bad boy, baby.
and a pink hat. This is what delusion looks like when you think you look good, and I think I look okay. I don't think I look great, but I think I don't look like shit. If that's delusion, then I'm living in it. And then we got whatever.
Well, I'm not part of the theme. I know I'm royalty. It's just, people hate, the truth. So someone has to be here to say it.
And that's why he's considered Delulu.
They hated Jesus for telling the truth, too. So.
We're just going to say that every video?
Apparently.
Well, until it clicks to y'all, so. Anyway, what's it called? So yesterday, I was driving to the store because I had to pick up ingredients for the company potluck. I was making ceviche. And, I went there, did my shopping, came back to my car. I've been having brake problems recently, but I was like, it can wait. It couldn't, actually. Plot twist. But basically, I reversed, and then I heard a little click, and I was like, whatever. So I kept on driving, and I, hit the brakes, and lo and behold, my foot went through the whole thing. My brakes did not work anymore. They gave out. So I was like, well, fuck, what am I supposed to do? I am trapped in another city with perishables in my trunk. So I Googled the closest auto repair shop. And I found, I really shouldn't say specific location places yet. But anyway, there was this auto repair shop that was like 2 minutes away from where I was. I drove there very carefully because my brakes didn't work. I got there, and what's it called? I went into the little shop, and like there was only this one lady waiting in the waiting room. And I was like, oh, where's everybody? Because I was there like for 5 minutes and no one came to greet me. I was like, terrible customer service. And she was like, you probably will need to go into the like work area and like wave someone down. It's like, ugh. It's like I already have to deal with enough already. I have tilapia and like shrimp thawing in my trunk. This is not what I pictured for my Thursday night. So I walked into the work area. It was there was a lot of men, and not in a fun way. So I went in there, and I waved down like the closest guy, and I was like, hey.
Stupid.
And he was like, oh, 1 moment. And he yelled something in a language that I didn't understand. And he said, like, someone's here. And I was like, okay, cool. And this beautiful man, he was probably 6'4", no, 6'5", walked out. And he was like, hi, how are you doing today? And I was like, I am doing better. My brakes aren't working. And
Okay, Alex. So this is where the relation comes in.
This is how you know they're family, because they have the same delusion.
let me weave my story in my reality, bitch. I'm cooking. Let me cook. Okay.
Cooking too slowly.
It's called foreplay. You wouldn't know.
I do because I read it.
She's read more than all of us, so she probably.
Facts. I have.
Oh, you can read.
I can definitely
wow.
read, even if I'm illiterate.
Yes. She calls me a slur and she can't even spell it.
Facts.
Again.
There we go.
M-A-C-T.
Illiterate.
Wow. Homophobic and illiterate.
Oh my God.
Donate
Second time.
right now so we can
3 times.
open the schools. Anyway, back to my story after I was rudely interrupted.
I'm sorry.
I'm
We broke your
setting the
delusional bubble.
scene. I'm setting the scene, okay? So,
What did he
this
look like?
6 foot.
What was his ethnicity?
Oh, you're gonna
I
love
bet he's
it.
Arab.
You,
I don't know who he was.
Okay, so he was like, "What do you need help with?" I was like, my brakes gave out. I don't know what happened. I know what happened. I don't know how cars work. So I didn't say that. I didn't say that to him. In my mind, I was like, I don't know what happened. But in my mind, I was like, I know what happened. I don't know how cars work. I haven't gotten my brakes fixed in like 5 years. Actually, I don't know. No, it hasn't been 5 years. I'm just, it's called exaggerating. Okay. Let me cook. Okay. So
This is a slow roast, so it's okay.
it is. So you gotta, it's called, anyway.
He did say it was a 45-minute call.
It was a voice note, and you're getting a perfect recreation of it.
Okay.
Anyway, so, fuck, you threw off my groove. Okay, Yeah, he was like, "What's wrong with your car?" I was like, "I don't know. It's just my brakes stop working." And he was like, "Oh, well, let me get a look at it." And I was like, "That's something else you can take a look at." But I didn't say that part, but because I'm a lady. So, we walked out. He came into my car. He's like, "God damn." And I was like, "Oh no." Because I didn't I didn't I should probably clean my car more than I should. Um there was wrappers and like I had like a half, not even half, probably 3/4 drank Celsius, the tropical ones. Those are really good. Y'all should try them. What's it called? There was some like chips, the ones that I brought today actually. They were in my front seat, but I didn't open them. And I couldn't, what's it called? There was just a lot. Oh, also my temporary license that I got from the DPS was there. I don't know where it ended up. I also left my AirPods in there, but like it was just a mess.
Jeez.
So I was embarrassed, but he never made me feel ashamed of it. He was like, "Okay, it was like it wasn't there." He's like, "Let me see." And like he tried to like move my car and he was like, "Goddamn." Because like my brakes did not work at all.
Did you say that?
Yes, he did. But like in a very
Like oh goddamn, like that.
yes.
Here,
And
here I
what's
can
it
act it out
called?
for you.
Oh my god. I'm thinking about him.
Goddamn.
Girl, do we have some plastic to lay down? Okay. No, what's it called? No, he was just like, "Oh yeah, your brakes definitely need to be replaced," and I was like,
Oh yeah, your brakes definitely need to be replaced.
I was like, he's like, "Well, let me pull it into the into like the garage, and we'll take a look under the hood." And I was like, exactly what you're thinking.
Exactly.
What's it called? But he said like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, nothing. Let's go take a look at it."
Yeah.
I definitely did say something very inappropriate, but hopefully he did not hear. He
What'd you
probably
say?
did.
What'd you say, fool?
You could take a look under my hood.
Here. No. Pero mira. What was that? What was that?
No, but what's it called? Okay, so he took my car into the garage and I followed, and he was like, "Okay, no, I'm not gonna do an accent. That's very offensive." He said like, "Okay, well, let me show you, quote unquote, let me show you, Habibi, what's going on." And I was like,
He said,
"Oh,
"Habibi?"
oh, yeah." That's why I was surprised. I was like, "Wait, don't you
It's
say
kinda
that
like
to
when
just
No. It's also a term of endearment.
certain people?" And I was
Yeah,
like, "Okay,
it's a term
well,
of endearment.
well, I don't know because I'm not."
It's like saying papi, like in Puerto Rico, like Puerto Ricans say papi. We say
That's another thing. Also, that
yeah, but we say papito. It's normal for us like Mexicans. We say papito. We don't say papi. We say papito.
I know
like-
exactly. That's why I was like, because it's foreign, it's
Yeah.
different. So I
He
went
probably-
in there, and he no, no, look, no, he did say that.
Are you for real, or did you just delusion that?
No, he did say that.
Let me make sure.
The
This is for
only
real.
yes, but like the thing was, what he said after that, I guess, like kind of was like, oh, but what's it called? He was like, "Let me show you, what you're missing, like in terms of like, like what's going
Life.
on with your car." And I was like, "Oh, I know, yeah." At first I was like, "Oh," he's like, "Let me show you what you're missing," and I was like, "Okay." He's like, "With your car?" I was like, "Oh." So basically, he said like, "Yeah, you don't have any brake pads. Your caliper fell off, so even if you had brake pads, there's nothing to put it on." And I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Also, you need new tires because this one got a titty." I was like, "I'll show you a titty." What's it called? No, and then I was like, "Okay, it was just like, what's gonna be?" What he quoted me was like
Is this one next to the
almost
freeway?
$800. And I was like, well, I guess I gotta do what you gotta do, because he was explaining everything, and I was like, "Whatever you say, beautiful." And I was just like, yeah, he was probably upselling me a lot of shit, but what's it called? The part when I was like, maybe this could be more. Maybe I turned to XG and was like, "This is love. This could be love." I left my car. He's like, "You can come pick it up at 10 a.m." And then one of the workers says like, "No, pick it up at 12 p.m. because it's gonna take us a while." He's like, "No, we'll have it ready by 10." And I was like, "Oh, 10 a.m. Well then."
Gives us 2 more
Also,
hours
I
of
had to
fun.
work the
'Cause
next
they
day.
open at 7.
So, no, because like I showed up at like 6 p.m. and they close at 7. So, you know, it was past 6 p.m. So they're like, yeah, we're not going to have it ready today, but we'll have it ready tomorrow. And he was like, we'll have it early. And I was like, oh, perfect. So I was like, perfect. I give him my info and everything, you know, so they can fix my car. And what's it called? The next day, today, you know, I went to work. I had to take a fucking lift, which is like almost $40 because I
Yeah.
live in Dallas.
Yeah.
And I had to drive all the way to Richard. Well, I didn't drive, but I had to go to Richardson because that's where I work. Oh my god, and it was such a painful ride. Like my Lyft driver could not drive for shit, you know, but we made it. It was the very worst day ever, except we had a potluck and it was fun and everyone loved the food that I made. Anyway, halfway through the day I got a phone call. I was not able to answer it because, you know, I am a corporate girly and I'm a professional. So he left a voicemail and he was like, your car is ready to pick up. And I was like, you can pick me up. Anyway, I had to wait till fucking 4:30 p.m. to get a
Chingo.
lift and take me there. I got to the location. I walked and he's like, Nissan Sentra. And I was like, oh, you remembered
Not
me.
the point. And
He pointed at me. His eyes were like a nice hazel. Anyway, I got there. He was like Nissan Sentra, and I was like, "That's me, baby." And so I like set my like bag down. You know that blue bag over there. I set it down, and I was like, "Hey, you know, like I'm here to pick up my car because I called him earlier. I called him back, and I was like, "Hey, you know, is my car ready?" He's like, "Yeah, it's ready." And I was like, "Okay." So I went there. And he was like, did I charge you? I was like, maybe. I was like, no, you didn't. So he's like, yeah, I know I said it was going to be like 800 something, but like, you know, it's like, it's just the brakes and the calipers. So it's like, it's like 500. And I was like, okay, fine. So I was like, I was telling the lady, like my Lyft driver was like, girl, he's charging me 800. He's like, that's not too bad, at least for the front, especially with your car being fucked up as you did. And I was like, well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Meredith. I did fuck up my car real bad.
White lady.
It was. She was telling me her whole life, sorry. She was telling me that she
It's
got in a
always the
car
old white
crash.
ladies.
And like I work for an insurance company. She said, they fucked me up real bad. I was like, girl, I just started here. Do not take it out on me. Do not crash the car. They will not cover you. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't get me, Martin. So basically, he was just like, yeah, and you know, I won't charge you taxes. And I was like, perfect. I was like, yes, risk yourself from the IRS for me. So after I paid him, he walked me out. I was like, oh, you know, I can take my keys. Like, no, let me walk you to your car. And I was like, walk me to my car. It's like, girl, I didn't even do my hair today. I look good, but I do not look my best. But okay. So he walked me out. He was telling me about his day. You know, I try to make conversation, but you know, it's very hard when you're autistic. Small talk is not my forte. But I was just like, okay, yeah, how was your week? How's your week? Has it been busy? Oh, thank God it's Friday. No, I walked down. He's like, yeah, just make sure you're careful with your, you know, like brakes. You know, actually, let me check your back brakes real quick. I was like, I got some back you can check, baby. No, but what's it called? He did not hear that. Hopefully, but basically, yeah, he like put something like close to the rotors and the back tires, and he's just like, no, you're good. And I was like, do you know what will make me better? Anyway, he was like, you're good to go. He handed me my car, and it did that like hand thing where you're just like, and I was like, I don't care. I don't care who's around. Take me now.
Of a man in 10 years.
No, and this, I'm gonna get to the sad part later. No, what's it called? No, I was like, oh, thank you. And he's like, yeah, just make sure you're careful. And I was like, you know, if anything's wrong, you know, come here, you know, I'll take a look. You know, it's like, I got something you could look at. No, he was like, yeah, you know, like, it's cool. You know, I get these things happen. You know, don't feel embarrassed. I was like, bitch, I was fucking embarrassed as shit because my car was a mess. And my brakes weren't. shit was leaking out of my brakes. I was like, I did not know that shit happened. No, he was telling me all that shit that was wrong with it, and I was like, fuck. No, it's a call. And the whole time he was making eye contact, which I'm just like, I can't do eye contact because I'm autistic. I was like, I can't do that. But somehow I was
These are
holding
facts. These
it.
are not jokes.
I was holding it somehow because he just had a way. Like he had like a non-toxic.
He had you wrapped around by the penis.
He had a like a non-toxic masculinity. Like he was leading me, but not in a way that you're a stupid bitch that doesn't know what they're doing. It's like, oh, and what's it called? He's like, yeah, I even like, put a something here for you, so I'll make it easier for you. And I was like, oh, oh.
She's looking at the AI. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, girl.
He's the one who told me.
Speaking
Back
of
to your
fat
Delulu.
asses.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh my god, this man, let me tell you, he is definitely like 6'4", 6'5". He dresses very nice. He smells wonderful. But no, he was very like, and yes, you're right, he was Arab. He had his chain, like, no, but he also had another chain wrapping his country and his flag. Yes, of Palestine. And like I was like, I wanted to be like, oh, like, like, I like your necklace, it's very lovely, basically something like, I'm for the people. I actually am. No, not like that. I'm not cringe. But I know. But what's it called? I didn't say anything because I was too shy. And I was like, oh, thank you. He's like, yeah, I know. And he was like,
This is
like,
a part of the
definitely,
fanfic.
yeah,
I
like,
start
what's
looking
it
at
called?
my
I left my
Facebook.
like temporary like license out, so he knows I'm Latiner. So basically I was like, oh, thank you. And he's like, yeah, anytime, like, do you live around here? And I was like, no, but I work around here, so like, like, that's why I came here, because it was very like close by. He's like, yeah, well, like, if you ever need, like, anything, come here, I'll gladly take a look at it personally. I was like, personally, okay. So no, but like okay,
Oh, this is
this
part of the fanfic, I'm
this part, guys, um guys. So after that, before I came to this place, I went to Walmart because I bought, my little accessory. I went to Walmart. I also bought some other shit, but I went there and I was like, okay. I realized that, because I was like, basically what I'm saying now, I'm saying it. I said it to my best friend in a voice memo, via text, and halfway through the message, I was like, I'm missing something. And guess what that was? My fucking bag with some, I still had some ceviche in there, like a little bit, but not a lot. And some choco flan from my coworker, because we had a potluck that day. Well, today. And it was one of my favorite bags because it's from Daiso. So it was very cute. It's over there right now, but y'all can't see it. But I left it at the auto repair place. And I was like, girl, this might be a sign.
Oh no.
Also, I'm a stupid bitch, so I also forget shit. But like, look, wouldn't
That's so me though. I would do the same thing. I think like it's a fucking sign.
Chat.
You know damn well you do the same shit.
Let's ask the
I would've
audience.
given it away. I would have given it up. I would have been
Let-
like, I'm not going back. I'm not going back.
Because you're not. I can't. I know. I love
Yeah,
you too much. I
thank
can't.
you.
I don't want.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it.
Like,
But what's it
I would
called?
have given up on it.
I felt something. I was like, it's a sign. Not that I'm a stupid bitch that forgets shit, but
Although
I
that
was
is a
like,
sign.
I left it for a reason, or it got forgotten for a reason. So no, it's okay. We never cry. So I drove back after building my
God.
confidence to like, look nonchalant while walking in. It did not work.
Of course it didn't work. Trying to walk in there all nonchalant.
So I finally, pulled in and I walked in and I looked to the chair where I, left my bag. There was a lot more people in the waiting room too. So, I definitely was feeling perceived, which is something I do not like unless it's on my terms.
That's the Libra rising.
So yeah, I was like, where's my bag? I looked so confused. And who else was at the front desk but my future
Meredith.
husband?
Oh, I was gonna say Meredith.
No, Meredith was my Lyft driver.
Oh, never mind.
I thought it was the front desk of the freaking.
No, she was telling me her whole life story, and I was like, oh, that's so sad, girl. Oh.
Would have been crazy.
She's like, also, I work here part time.
That would have been insane.
Well, she would be the DEI hire in that place for sure. Yeah, everyone was like,
Of color?
yes, I know, support. So I went in, I walked in, the little doo-doo-doo sound came in as I chimed in, announcing my entrance, and there was a lot of people. Again, I do not like being perceived, so I was like, oh,
The social anxiety kicks
no, my anxiety, like the TikTok song. So what's it called? As soon as I walked in, who else greeted me was like, hey, is everything okay with your brakes? And I was like, oh, hey, I was like, yes, everything is wonderful. Everything is working well. But I seem to have left my bag. And he was like, that was you. And I was like, yes. Oh my God, I left my bag. I'm so stupid. He's like, yeah, I saw there was food in there. I was about to eat it. And I was like, I got something you can eat.
Fucking hate that he's joking with you like that though. Like, because I can see why. Like, it's just like, I was about to eat it. I was like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna eat it. Ah! No, what's it called? I didn't say that though because I'm a Christian woman. So I was like, yeah, because there was some food in there. There was still some like ceviche left. Like there was like a little bit of ceviche left over because girl, I can cook.
And for him
But-
to eat that itty bitty mountain ceviche.
No, and then like I also had like a few pieces of like choco flan that my coworker made because that bitch can cook. She's a Leo too, so I was like, oh girl, you the sun too. But I had to kick her out from my room because I was like, there could only be one star. I didn't, but fate works in mysterious ways. I might have manifested it. Anyway, I walked in and I was like, yeah, that's my bag. Oh my God, I'm so silly. I forgot it. I didn't say silly, but I said something else. And he was like, oh, here you go. And I was like, thank you. Oh my God, I thought I lost it. I left my good Tupperware in there. Oh. I paid $20 for that Tupperware. So fuck off. I paid $20 for that
That's
Tupperware.
the realest
bitch.
part of this whole fucking story.
Oh,
it's the fucking
my God.
Tupperware.
The part that's not Delulu is the Tupperware part, bitch.
Let me cook. Okay. So yeah, I was like, that's my good Tupperware. And he's like, I totally get what you mean. Like I only have this, and I'm just like, yeah, the Pyrex ones are really good because you can even bake shit in it. And he's like, nice. And it's like, okay, cool. And I was like, by the way, I like your necklace because it had the Palestine on it. And I was like, it's like, I appreciate that. And I was like, I gotta go. No, I'm not like that. I know, but I will be back. What's it called? So I was just like, yeah, and I don't know. Like, I guess there was a moment where like time stopped.
Time stop. And then what happened?
I'm still there.
What happened?
In my mind, I'm still there. No, it's a no. No. Oh, he just said like he's like yeah, like he's like I'm glad you came back for your bag, and he was like and how are the brakes working? And I was like, they're great, they're great, they're great. He's like, oh, like, yeah, like I said, like, come over anytime you need anything if you have an issue. And I was like, I will definitely come. And then I burst
Without
into
the issues.
flames because I realized what I said.
They're great.
Because I put unnecessary emphasis on the word come, and I was like, oh no. I'm not Cupcake. I can't get away with this. So I was just like, well, it was nice seeing you. Bye. And I ran away, and I pictured... And I was reflecting on that on my 1 hour and 4-minute drive over here.
I can imagine you walk away really fast. You're like, oh god, and your hips are moving fast because you're just like
My
you're like
hips.
trying not to walk crazy.
Oh,
It's when you try not to walk crazy. It's when you walk crazy.
look, I hope he was looking at my hips because they are crazy. But the one thing I was doing when I was reflecting on my 1 hour and 4-minute drive over here, was our future life together. As how I would tell our kids on how we met, on how it was chance, on how, you know, it might have not worked out, but then by chance, I left my bag at that place and I had to go back, and somehow we clicked, and the rest is history. And somehow that is how the love story between a simple, humble, beautiful, talented, multi-talented Mexican-American girl met her Palestinian prince, and we lived happily ever after.
And that was the what do you think for our
And
whole session?
I'm not
today.
finished yet. I'm not finished.
Okay, damn.
And
Foreplay is over, goddammit.
And I will be back because I realize I do not have warranty on my tires like I told him. So I will be back to pay the best price I can for those tires. So Habibi, I will be there for you soon. Mama's coming.
And in the off chance that he follows us.
Oh, it's like, well, you know how I feel. May the universe.
Confessions of a teenage lover.
May the universe make us find
I
our
didn't
way
wanna say
back
don't.
to each other. And that is how it happened.
You're
And that happened in the past 48 hours, girl.
You're supposed to say it like how she says it on Sex and the City. And that is. What
Oh,
was it?
and just like that.
There you go.
I
Couldn't determine what really happened to me.
am mentally ill. But in a hee hee ha ha way, girl. So like, I'm not
Way.
so I'm not but like, mentally ill, and not in a way that I'm gonna stab you, but in a way that, keep things interesting.
So what do you think about what?
So what do you think about my wonderful, beautiful, authentic, and groundbreaking love story?
I feel like you ripped off a fanfic. All that was missing was him taking you to the back and getting you dirty. That's it.
Well,
That's legit.
what's it called?
I know. That's why I'm just like, but it feels like a fanfic story. That's what I was
Well, I
like.
got 6 words for you. English is not my first language. So that's how you know this fanfic is real, bitch.
Oh, man, that's my opinion on it.
And now we're going with what do you think?
I think that if this is the one off of the freeway, the one that's like only 3-car slot to 4-car slot, that's yellow with the red title.
That's very specific. What the
I was there before whenever my tire got fucked up, and there was a handsome, tall Arab man, and they only spoke Arabic, and so I knew what I was imagining because there was also a very handsome.
Well, guess what, Mimi? There was 4 slots.
I said 3 to 4. I said 3 to 4.
You said 3 to 4.
Yeah.
I was sure you did not remember. So it wasn't special.
No.
You didn't have what we had.
I didn't. No, that's what
I
I'm telling
know
you.
how many slots he
And
has.
I was already in a relationship when I was there, not with my man, but with another person. It was yellow with red words. Obviously.
I'm pretty sure it's brown, but
Yeah.
I won't know until I dive down there. But
You're
wait, what were you talking
so
about?
fucking dumb.
No, and technically it wasn't off the freeway. It
That's
was
what-
off the tollway.
That's what I was asking. That's the same shit.
No, it wasn't. One is privately funded.
One costs more in a government.
Well, look, at least one of us can afford it.
That's what I was thinking because I could afford it back then.
Girl, do you know how much I have to pay when I take the tollway here?
I know I owe money to the.
Huh? $50, bitch. Yeah, but that's because I drive all the way from Richardson. See, I am dedicated, bitch.
So was
No
I.
one could come. No one could question my dedication to the craft.
I mean, I was gonna say, didn't I do that? I drew to Lewis.
Oh,
I drew
God forbid I get sucked up while coming to
drew-
a fucking
honey,
podcast.
all you ever wanted to do is get sucked up. So shut the hell up.
Exactly. That sounds like a good time, bitch.
At least I got iced out.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I drove to the fucking dealership all the way to Louisville from fucking way down there in fucking.
But you were
South
getting paid
Arlington,
8K,
Mansfield, Grand
bitch.
Prairie. Yeah, I was getting paid like 5K to 8K a month, so I'm not gonna complain. But I was dedicated to the craft.
Not to the podcast craft.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
different.
getting paid for this.
None of us
So
are. What the
who-
fuck?
Exactly.
We need the help. Obviously, we're talking about stuff we need help with. Our
But-
cars are breaking down. Our sinks are breaking. Like what the
My brakes gave out. I'm gonna need new
Mm-hmm.
tires because I realized I don't have warranty, and Habibi is asking for a nice price for those, and I want to see him again. If you want to see me happy, donate. If you
Look-
don't, still donate.
We technically don't have a what do you think for us because we wanted to make sure that he had a whole story to tell. I thought it was beautiful. It was great. I
And
loved it.
that is the art of storytelling.
Okay, I have a story, but it's a dream. But like, it's a dream. That's why I'm like.
At
'cause
least
I have a
mine
Thai- I have
happened.
a Thai girlfriend. I was like, I have a Thai
A
girlfriend.
Thai girl.
I do. I dream about her. She's a makeup artist.
Oh,
She's so
girl.
beautiful. But in my
I want
dream,
that for you.
I'm also a freaking pop star. So I mean, that's how I know I'm a Delulu person. It's like, but we fell in love because we fell in love with the same BL show.
It's okay. A lot of them
It's so
lip
cute.
sync
Like
nowadays.
I'm telling you, and there are times where I do go back to that story, but like I don't go back to it consistently. It's just more of those like, oh, that's nice.
It's like a reward. It's like a
Yes,
treat.
it's like a reward.
It's like a
treat myself that I
treat.
like. I deserve to
Yes,
have this
Like,
little.
do I really believe me and this
bubble.
man are gonna end up together? Hell no. But
Same.
is it a fun thing to think about? And is it a lovely thing to just imagine and just get lost in sometimes?
And that's
Because the
okay.
world we live in is fucking sucks.
It
What do you
sucks
mean
so bad.
$5 for 12 eggs? Fuck you. No, I'm going to imagine myself in a lovely relationship that doesn't exist, but in my mind it does.
Yeah.
Also because I do not know shit about cars. I did not learn a thing from that man, but in my other reality, he fixes it for me so I don't have to worry about that. But that is the beauty of Delulu. It has a dark side and it has a good side.
As long as we know the difference of not teetering to the dark side of it, I think we're okay.
It's like a tool. It can be used for good or evil. It can benefit you or harm you, as we're about to find out from these poor souls that we're about to read from. Yes, because it is time. Am I the asshole for calling my ex Delulu in a difficult moment for him? Is that yours?
I think that one is mine. Hold on.
Oh shit.
Let me
Read
see.
it.
I was like, wait, hold on.
I don't know if it was mine or yours. I just know mine was fucking stupid, and I loved it because it was stupid.
No, okay, mine's the other one.
Excellent. Perfect. Then we have a winner. Okay. What do we think based off the title?
I was like,
I think I need to hear what exactly he has to say because I think I need to hear exactly what he has to say because it sounds like he might have responded very inappropriately, but it also sounds like she was kind of being, yeah, like girl, because it could be either way. We find out the hard way every time we listen to these fucking Am I the Assholes.
Well, guess what,
Why is there still
Mimi?
this picture?
I have
Usually
no
it changes
idea.
with the Am I the Asshole.
But guess
I'm
what,
surprised.
Mimi? They're gay.
That's why I said.
There's
well,
no girlfriend.
Then I said, well, he is. Either way, it's the same
you
thing.
said she, and I was like,
Oh,
no,
except I thought it was a girl.
they're both guys.
Well, even it doesn't matter. It's still the same response. Like it doesn't matter. You're both.
I
behaving,
know, but I just wanted to clear that up.
well, that means we have queers. I love it.
Yes. Okay.
Let's go on.
Well, at least my opinion. I'm like, look, I'm someone who likes to joke about stupid shit more than I should, because I hate emotions. But he probably might have gone too far. Anyway, whoever
The
this
person.
guy is.
Partner.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if you're crossing over. Okay. Okay. My M30 ex-boyfriend, M32, who sporadically talked to, called me 2 months ago to tell me he'd come to my hometown with his husband. Oh, for a week. There are no hard feelings between us, and both me and my current boyfriend are excited to meet the two of them. We live in different countries. He called me a few times to plan their trip, and I was happy to even help them with the spare couch in our accommodation. A week before their arrival, we found out that they actually booked Airbnbs because they want to come and go as they please and not invade our privacy. Whatever, it's their money, not ours. We met on their first evening for drinks. The vibes were good, the conversation was great, no jealousy whatsoever. Q Friday. I invite them out with some friends, and after lots of messages back and forth, they decided that they would sleep early, and I was honestly disappointed, but meh. A couple of hours later, I got a voice message from my ex saying that my city was full of scammers, that they're now homeless and have no idea what to do. For the record, he has a difficult personality while we were together. He would go from 0 to 100 real fast, had screaming fits, hitting objects, and being quite verbal in stressful situations. He started explaining that their Airbnb had issues with the AC and the shower, so they canceled it. Thus, they found themselves literally on the street at 12 o'clock at night with no place to sleep in, scrambling for accommodation that wouldn't cost an arm and a leg. I restated my invitation, but their answer was thanks, but we'd accept it as a very last resort. A bit hurtful, but I let it slide. I said we could go to brunch the next day, but got an irritated response in the line of, we're not here to party, we are here to rest and meet his family. My ex's husband came here to see his family that lives in Ukraine, but he can't get into the country because of obvious reasons. So we are exhausted and do not want to go to brunches. Okay, dude, I get it. Call me if you change your mind. Another hour in, they're still on the streets. This is where I sent him something along the lines of, you guys are Delulu. Smiley face. Just come over for the night, but got no response. The next morning, I asked him if they want to go out, but got a very passive aggressive, it's better if there are no plans. After asking why he's upset, he said, that's my reply with Delulu was insensitive, and they didn't want bad vibes, and that it's better if they didn't go out again. I thought it was completely exaggerated. I was trying to help them, but immediately got flashbacks from his fits of hysteria when we'd been together. Problem is, my boyfriend also thinks I was the asshole, because they were in a tight spot, but I said it in the friendliest of ways, thinking they're Delulu for choosing to stay in a cold for a few hours at midnight instead of choosing a free warm bed, no strings attached. Am I the asshole? There's no edits. What?
I don't think he's the asshole. I mean, the whole thing that. Yeah, I have the mic. Because he was offering a place to stay. I don't know. This is weird. Here you go.
It sounds familiar because it sounds like someone who he specifically says that he's gone through like trauma with this guy. Like he saw his rage through his fits, decided to still be friends with him, and obviously this man like he's having the flashbacks of like exactly what happened to him. So I can imagine like that's probably what's happening in the relationship now with the partner that he's with. And the partner that he's with is the one that's from the Ukraine, right? His husband. So, but they're there. So they're staying here in America, right?
They didn't specify very
I don't know.
It just says that they were booked an Airbnb.
Because the other guy can't go back to the Ukraine either, if I'm not mistaken. If he came here, usually whenever I'm ignorant, so don't count on what I'm saying. But if I'm not mistaken, once you come here from the Ukraine, and especially as LGBTQ, you cannot go back because it's also sentenced to like, repercussions. So if I'm not mistaken, this person plans on staying here. That's why he came here. And he said his husband. So that means they live here in America because you can't get married in Ukraine for being queer. Yeah. That doesn't exist yet. So to me, it's just like this person's mad for what reason? Because he said Delulu. That's fucking stupid. And I don't think that he wasn't being facetious about it. Yeah, he's like you guys are
so much unfortunate shit that was happening.
Yeah.
That he was literally just extending a hand, and the dude, like the ex, just like literally stopped his hand, like no. And it's like, bro, we're just trying to help you. Like, this is, I don't know, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
I thought it was really dumb.
Yeah, so it didn't make no, give it to her because she says let's say. So it didn't make sense to me like why this person even said like at all like it made me upset the fact that the person had flashbacks first of all, was like okay, well maybe this is what's going on. Why? Because it low-key might not be relevant because it's been a couple of years now, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, that's not relevant at this point, but I still could see why it made them feel this way because the reaction was so intense. So this is why the person assumed at this point, or they didn't even assume, they said maybe it's this, right? Mm-hmm. So they were thinking like, maybe it's because this person's going through this stuff again because I'm starting to think about like how you used to react to tantrums and break walls and break shit like that, and that's kind of how people are. They can grow out of it. I did. So I understand like what it means and how it is to be perceived as a negative person. But all the person said was like, you guys are being delulu if you guys are going to be in a cold. Like, that's just facts. Like, what? There was nothing negative about that. It was just like, hey, nothing. You guys are being delulu if you guys want to stay in the cold and not come out here. And it's even then, it wasn't even facetious. It was
I feel like that's just a fact. He was just stating a fact.
Yeah. And delulu was just like a common word that we use nowadays. It wasn't to be derogatory. It wasn't to be mean. It was just saying, hey, you guys are being delulu if you guys want to stay out there in the cold when you guys can come here for free. Like, and you guys aren't not that far, right? So it's like, hey, it was a term. To me, it was like being like, hey, bitch, you're crazy if you want to do all that.
Unless,
but that's the same concept.
The husband
has a language barrier and doesn't understand how the fucking terminology is, because that could be a thing.
That or like, because he knows that's his ex too, so he just doesn't trust it.
Yeah.
Which, but at the end,
can you imagine his boyfriend that he had getting mad with the ex?
Yeah.
Because of that stuff. So now they both have anger issues.
Yeah.
And he's from the Ukraine, so
I guess things like that can get factored in, but it's just like, I don't know. At the end of the day, I wouldn't want to be homeless in a different state that I'm in. I'd rather be somewhere that has warmth and, a bed. Yeah. Even if it was your ex. Even if it was your ex. God dang. Hello? Okay. But yeah, that's just my opinion on that. It's just like, that was weird. This one was weird. I was like, this one was weird.
I didn't really like the whole concept of it because they're all kind of toxic. Every single one of them. Well, the fact that he's still friends with someone who's that negative or
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, Mimi? Everyone sucks was
That's
the
what
resolution
to
the thing. So ding ding ding, you got it, girl. Yeah, everyone sucks. Honestly, the gay community. Okay. No.
It's all Delulu.
Yeah. Well, yes.
That's why I like queer spaces, not gay spaces. Sorry.
There is. There is. And if you don't know the difference, well,
you're part of the problem.
I got news for you, girl.
You're part of the problem.
Anyway, that's my. Am I the asshole? Who's next?
That'd be me.
Here you go, baby.
Trying to get my arm out, but I didn't want to drop the mic.
Drop it. Give us some truth, baby.
That one was crazy. Oh, this one was the long one. Okay. You still want me to read it? It says, am I the asshole for being annoyed about my mom's Delulu mind thinking my dead sister is still alive?
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, you should read it because remember we did talk about the dark side.
Do
Okay.
it. Let's get offensive.
So what are y'all's opinion on it so far, though?
I think it's crazy. We should read it.
What will not get us demonetized? I'm kidding. Well, I mean, I don't like shattering someone's reality, but I need more information. So,
This was posted 193 days ago.
oh my
Hi,
god.
Reddit. I need your opinion about
I wish
this.
I could count.
So me, 15 female, and my mom, 42 female, are now living together. My mom left me and my sisters and brother for 5 years to do drugs. I moved in March 15th, 2024, and for those 5 years, I've been moving back and forth between my dad's house and my ex-grandmother's house, and I stopped and lived with my ex-grandmother. My ex-grandmother is a 65 female was a strict grandmother. Well, at least to me. She would tell me not to do certain things and tell me I couldn't go over to a friend's house. Meanwhile, her biological grandchildren could go anywhere they wanted, and I got sick and tired of it. So on February 26th of 2024, I texted my mom on Facebook and asked if I could live with her. She said yes, and she was very excited, and so was I. Just for info, she would see us or call us, and when I mean us, I mean me and my brother, who's an 11-year-old male. And honestly, back when I was 13, when she'd started to call. So I'd fake being happy on the phone and make her happy. And looking back at it, it sounds like I was an awful person. So when it was March 14th of 2024, I was in school and I knew that I was going to be picked up by my mom the next day. And another thing for info is that I live in a small town and my mom lives in the city. So on that day, I was texting my ex-grandmother saying that I didn't want to live with her anymore and that she went off on me and quote, "You better not come crawling back here again." Anyway, let's get to the point. My sister, 20 female, was always a happy kid growing up. But when my mom left, things went downhill. I remember living with my dad and her living there too, and she would get wasted in front of me 2 times and do crazy shit. And that's when I moved out to go to my ex-grandmother's house to stay. But fast forward to when I moved in with my mom. My sister would sleep over a lot, but also living with her boyfriend and his parents, and she would do drugs. So I was extremely worried. But one day on July 30th of 2024, she passed at 5 a.m. And I was sleeping when my mom got the call from the police, and she went outside, and she immediately knew. My mom told me first thing when I woke up, and I broke down in tears. I also knew that this would happen sooner or later. But that soon, I was completely shocked. And so as time went by, my mom was depressed, emotionally exhausted, and sleep deprived. She had dreams of my sister, and she would struggle. She would take a lot of time off work to go to grief counseling meetings, and on top of that, she had to stay sober. On September 28th of 2024, my Uncle Peter passes. He's a 63 male, and my mom gets more broken and depressed. I honestly don't know what to do, and she starts going to these meetings every week. And after she became better, but also weirder, she talks to pictures of my dead sister and finds lashes all over the house. She has a shrine of my sister, and she smudges the house, and every time something happens that reminds her of my sister, she brings it up. And yeah, she's still grieving, but baby talking to a picture of my dead sister is a little creepy. And she does this every time something reminds her of my sister. So am I the asshole? But also, like, I've never went to a counselor after my sister's death, so I'm still trying to figure out my own struggles. By my mom talking to my dead sister, it just freaks me out so much. And if you could give me your opinion, please do. As a person who has struggled with grief, everybody has their own way of not really coping, but trying to get through the loss. And if this is your mom's way of trying to cope, it's not because she's talking to your dead sister because of, or I mean, the shrine thing is probably a little weird, but But like talking to your dead sisters, I mean, I don't think that's weird. I mean, I had to go when my dad passed. I went to the graveyard every single day when I got off of work, and I would talk to my dad about how my day went and how everybody was. And now I still go visit my dad on my birthday, on his birthday, on Dia de los Muertos, and I tell him like I still talk to them. I talk to the grave. I tell him, you know, all about his grandchildren that he never got to meet. I tell him how my brother and sister are doing, how my cousins are doing. And I'm pretty sure my dad, as a spiritual being, knows what's happening. But it's always just really nice to know that, you know, even though he's gone, that I can still go there and still just kind of have a conversation with them. And sometimes I don't even do that. Sometimes I just kind of sit there and just listen to music that we used to listen to all the time. So I don't think you're the asshole, but I think you are concerned, and that's okay. But I think you should also go into not counseling, but just something that'll help relieve a lot of the grief that you're also struggling with, because that's also affecting you and seeing how your mom is handling this.
How old did she say she was? She's still a child, yeah. You might think that she's going through like a psychotic break, but no, that's not how this works. Grief doesn't work in any way that anyone expects it to ever. And one thing that don't cry, I cannot stress is that it's so different for each and every one of us. And I'm feeling Sophie right now. That's why yeah. She's trying to hold it in, but I can feel her. I'm an empath, sorry. It definitely comes in waves. It's never something that you fully understand. And you don't realize it yet because you probably haven't even experienced it to the full extent yet because you're still 15. You're trying to process it. So one of the things that I can compare it to is like whenever I was burying my baby brother, if I'm being completely honest, I had no emotional attachment to this baby. He was my dad's child. Never met him other than maybe like a day, but I did grow up with my little sisters were like 5 and 7, 6, 8 years old. So I had there's a lot. So my 8-year-old sister at the time, she did grow with the baby. He was she was holding him every day, loving the baby, and freak accident happened, and my baby brother, technically he passed away, right? So she was just like looking at the grave, and it took her a second to realize that we were putting the baby in the ground. Because I did carry it, I did help them lower it and do all that stuff because as the oldest, I'm the oldest male, and my sister is the second oldest in our family. I mean the first oldest. So she was also like she's not a male, she couldn't do it, but she was there taking care of the kids, and we just looked at each other because my little brother was like, he talked to my grandma, he was like, why did God take my little brother? And then my grandma's like, he just needs to be closer now. He's like, but why him? It doesn't make any sense. And my little brother's literally fucking 9 years old saying that shit. So me and my sister looked at each other like we both can register like these little kids don't understand this yet, right? And doesn't matter how old you are, some people still think like this because it's something that you can't grasp. It's fucking grief. And me and my sister look at each other again. And then my once I saw my baby sister, she started looking at the baby. She started panicking. She started doing this. She's like, what are they doing with brother? And she was just like, I thought he was just getting buried. And then when she realized what she said, she started like jumping up and started panicking. She's like, what's he doing? What are they doing? What are they doing with my brother? And I was like, me and my sister looked at each other. We started crying because it's like, that's crazy to see a little child like kind of behave like that. It was just so different for us because we're the ones who are the adults. What? I'm like 26, right? So I'm grown enough to know that like what's happening. But to see a child go through that kind of grief, you're 15, you don't experience it yet, but it might kick in later when you actually realize it. Or you're probably like me where we felt indifferent because we didn't get to build that relationship with them, right? Because I didn't feel anything towards the child. It was sad. Yes, my dad, I cried when my dad cried because that was his son. But I never met the person. So I just knew that it was technically sad that a baby had passed away, but I wasn't sad because I had any relation to him. But when I saw my baby sister, because I did kind of like learn her and I did grow up a little bit more with her, even though she's only 8, because I kind of like, I not raised her, but I was there enough to like be around my little sister to build a relationship with her. It's a little different for us, but yeah, girl, you're not the asshole at all. You're just not experienced yet, and you have to like you're going to learn what it means to actually see this. And if it freaks you out, that's valid. It's a valid reason to figure out because maybe there is a ghost there. You know, you never know because sometimes ghosts too still stay around. But I'm just saying from like an adult's perspective and someone who has dealt with a lot of this kind of shit, both of us, all of us, it's definitely something that I wouldn't go asking the internet if I'm an asshole for it, but asking what can I do to understand this is what the question should have been.
No, this one was. I didn't expect this one to be the way it was.
Yeah, like they said, it's everyone grieves in their own way, and it's everyone does it in their own process. Your mom is working through something, and you might be working through something. Um, Not everyone's grief is gonna look the way you expect it to look. And especially when it is, a parent losing a child, it's something like, super devastating, super traumatic. So, a parent should never have to bury their own child. It's just something, you know, all I'm gonna say is just to, because, it's a lot. It's a very charged subject. But, I would just let your mom grieve the way she's grieving. It is a process, and, it's not something that you can just get over. It's just something that you learn to live with, learn to carry. You don't get better, you just get stronger and move along and keep it pushing. And we all have our ways of doing that. It might seem a bit weird to you, but, it's just
They're
how
coping.
things work. Everyone does it their own way. You're doing it your own way right now. Just, posting it and asking for help. You're asking for help. Well, I definitely suggest to look into some counseling, some therapy, because yeah, grief is going to be very difficult to move past, and this is a very difficult time for you and your family. Hope that you guys have done some work through your feelings and processes. Obviously, it's not a lot of time, but yeah, I hope that you've picked some stuff up. Focus on your own healing. You shouldn't worry about your parents or how they're dealing with it. I know it's gonna seem scary and you want to fix it. You can't. It's just something that has to happen, something that you guys have to go through. And
It sucks.
someday you won't go back to what it was like, but someday you guys will be able to keep on moving and keep the happy memories of, who left. And that's what's important.
The vibe here just literally shifted
Yeah.
because it's like each and every one of us, like, it hit a core memory, and it's just like, baby, you're so young, and it sucks that it had to happen when you're so young. Grief sucks, and it's gonna suck for a while, and then there are gonna be moments where you're gonna be okay, and then you're gonna be moments where you hit rock bottom again, and that's just grief.
Okay, so now it's time for our game time. Yes. We're just gonna play rock paper scissors because we don't know what that feels like in our day and age. And who should go first? At the same one? Okay, yeah, that's fun. How are we gonna do that? Yeah, 2 out of 3. So that way, because we had really long sessions today. We're actually very happy what happened, but it also got really emotional. But we're also very excited that. Wait, what the fuck? Why is the TV still like that? Okay,
I said corn.
it's fine. We can do rock paper scissors go or rock paper scissors. Same shit.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I'm out.
Okay. Well.
Ready?
paper, scissors, shoot. And I'm out.
Hey, I won the
She
first round.
won.
Come on, all three of us.
Oh.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You,
Oh, she won.
you got Miguel.
Automatic victor. So ready?
Rock,
Paper, scissors, shoot.
You got Miguel.
Automatic victor. Hey, that's 2 out of
She
3. Is that good?
Two
won.
out of 3, dang.
I feel like it's too
There
fast.
we go.
Oh, that was it. We're good.
We're good.
And
She said we're good.
that's-
2 out of 3, guys.
We love you. And good night. So don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms. We haven't uploaded shit to TikTok because it's been very, very hard to upload anything to TikTok. But we still love you guys and we appreciate you guys so much. But thank you guys, and we really wish to say good night. Go follow me, go follow Luxiyomo, and go follow our Sopapilla because
Tasty.
it's been a long night. All the technical difficulties. All the technical difficulties. All the technical difficulties we're having.
We went through it.
It was crazy.
And a half.
So we had to literally wait hours because they weren't fucking uploading correctly. So yes, or saving the right
am
way.
I
So
right?
at least we didn't have to re-record anything. So that's the benefit, you know.
Yes, I
But
would.
it happened. We should
unalived
never have been
myself.
fucking staying up this late. But we did because it's for the
Can you
cause and we
imagine?
love you guys. But we really appreciate you. So again, say goodnight.
Like, engage, and good night.
Okay.
Please.
So let's toast.
Oh shit! Where did she go? She's over there.
She's over there.
We got a runner.
Oh, my hat fell off. Oh, salud. I'm wearing it like a
On.
headband. Love you guys. Oh, wait.
Till next time.
Till next time. I was talking to the fucking dream. Love you guys. Good night.